Yo, what is going on, Thumbthumbs? It's your boy Thumbbrother 2, bringing you guys, unfortunately, a battle recap here for week number, I want to say week number 12, yes, week 12 of LDL Season 7, where the Salt Lake City Swampbirds took on Coach DJ and the Chelsea Fellstingers. It was a fun, exciting match, however, just due to time constraints and just school and work and just wasn't able to record it live, which is very, very unfortunate because this was actually a heated battle, as you guys will see. But let's just go ahead and just jump right into it. You do see the 6 mons that we brought on the screen. I went over them in the team builder, and down below and on the screen as well, you do see the 6 mons that he decided to bring. I was almost spot on. I knew that the Crocodile and the Rotom were gonna come. I knew that the Blacephalon and Buzzwole combo was really, really neat. I said that Suicune and Togekiss could potentially come outside of a couple of other things, but I was prepared for everything. Definitely prepared for everything, but God, it was just a match. It was definitely a fun match, but let's go ahead and just jump into it. Wanting just to, I believe, get my Mega Evolution off like as quick as I can, or actually get Stealth Rocks as quick as I can, I decided to go ahead and lead Charlemagne, realizing the potential threat of him leading Crocodile. And that's exactly what he did here. Now, this first turn, actually, I went to Timer on. I'm not going to lie. I completely went to Timer. We do see that he is the Intimidate set that I was super worried about with Mega Charizard X. And he straight up just goes, while we outspeed, so it shows that he's actually more bulky here. Unfortunately, I'm thinking that we're going to trade rocks, and I decided to take that risk. But he actually is going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake and knock out Charlemagne, our Nidoking, on turn 1. Very, very unfortunate. I knew that there was a potential that that could happen. However, I felt like he would want rocks up as a more of a priority. But talking to him afterwards, he's like, dude, I've seen how much Nidoking can put in work. It's one of the top kill leaders. There was a chance for me to kill it. I was going to kill it. And so kudos to DJ as he puts us down a huge, huge mon on our team just right off the bat. So I go ahead and send in the Alolan Ninetales, hoping to scare him out, because we absolutely do. And in comes this Rotom Mo, surprisingly. I was very shocked to see this, but I'm going to go ahead and just set up the Aurora Veil. I knew I could guarantee to set it up. The only thing that Crocodile could really stay in and go up against me, if it was potentially like Max Special Defense Assault Vest, was Iron Tail, but we do see that we got some good damage there from the rocks and the hail now. Here, I'm going to go ahead and actually just go for the Freeze Dry. Show that I do have the Freeze Dry for that Suicune. Not sure what he's wanting to do here, but I knocked this Rotom down really, really low now. And he's going to straight up go for the Defog. So he's going to get rid of our screens, our Veil, as well as our rocks. So rocks are gone off of both sides of the field now, or just rocks and Veil are gone on the field. Really, really unfortunate. I really wanted to keep rocks around, but we do see that leftovers on that Rotom. Another Freeze Dry would take it out, so I went ahead and just stayed in while he's going to go ahead and swap out right out into Mugatu, who was going to be that Blacephalon. Very, very shocking to see this here. I would have loved for it to have taken some rocks damage, but we do see that after hail damage, it was very, very close for Dark Pulse to potentially take it out. We did outspeed, which was really, really nice, and so I'm hoping I could really knock it out or get the flinch. But we do see he actually just barely lives on 1, and he, like I said, guys, the RNG was not in my favor this week, and so he gets that Flamethrower off, picks up the kill on Ninetales, so now I am down rocks and I am down Veil, and also 2 really, really hard-hitting mons on my team, which is very, very unfortunate. I'm just really happy that the hail was able just to come through and get rid of this Blacephalon, as it was a huge threat on my team. But gosh, I'm already down 2 mons to his 1, so I decided I'm going to lead Stripes. I have a very nice chance to go ahead and just Volt Switch on everything now besides that Crocodile, and he sends in the Suicune. I just had to send in my mon first before he saw mine, so I figured that the Crocodile was going to come in. It was a very, very easy play to read, so I went ahead and actually, I guessed it right, and right as that Crocodile came in, I went for that Hidden Power Ice, which was really, really nice. I saw this swap coming from a mile away. And we do see that this thing is a little bit bulky. This thing is pretty bulky. We do see that it barely takes a little bit to 30 to 40% damage. So, knowing I can't knock him out now, I go ahead and I swap right out into Scrubadub, who is honestly the best built to take on this Crocodile, of course. And he's going to go ahead and set up his own Stealth Rocks. Big problem for me, because now Charizard does end up taking 50% to rocks. However, at the same time, I do have Roost on it. So, He's going to go ahead and go out right into that Rotom cut, and I decided to go for the Will-O-Wisp. Like I said, Will-O-Wisp is really, really nice. It'll start to wear down a lot of things, and for the Rotom cut, or the Rotom Mow, it will cancel out its leftovers, which is really nice, so it's going to stay at the health it's at. However, because I know that I am more defensively bulky, I don't have a lot of speed on there, and I don't know with this Rotom if I'm going to be more bulky or not with it, or if it's going to outspeed me. So I'm going to go ahead and play it safe, switch right on out to Dhelmise, which can really take a lot of the hits here on this Rotom Mow really, really nicely. So he does end up going for that Leaf Storm. I will say, I really wish that I would have stuck with my gut with Zebstrika. I did end up changing Stripes' ability from Sap Sipper to Motor Drive. Having Sap Sipper would have helped me out so much more in the long run, as we do see that this thing just likes going for Leaf Storm against Rotom no matter what, because it's just a very, very powerful move. But after that Leaf Storm, we take a good chunk of damage. I'm going to go ahead and just stay in here. He's going to go ahead and send in Toga. So I'm going to go ahead, I believe I went ahead and I just went for the safe knockoff. Yeah, went for the safe knockoff. Nothing new there, just to knock some item off. I didn't want to risk losing Davy Jones, because Davy Jones was such a really nice response to that Rotom for the time being. So I went ahead and sent in my own Rotom. And shockingly enough, this Togekiss actually is the Nasty Plot set, which I honestly was not expecting whatsoever. Having Nasty Plot Togekiss is very, very scary, you guys. You'd be surprised how much crazy damage this Togekiss can do, but because I do have it in with Rotom Wash, I can pretty much live anything, so I actually was able to scare it out, and so I went for the safe Volt Switch, because he definitely doesn't want to risk the Crocodile coming in. So I'm going to go ahead and get that Volt Switch off, do a little bit of damage, and I'm able to send in Azula here, Azula being, of course, our Charizard X. I unfortunately did not gen my Charizard right, giving it a 1 point over 50% for rocks. So here I figured that I would be able to go ahead and scare this Rotom out of the way by going for like a Flare Blitz or a Fire Punch. So felt like I had a safe roost here, which is exactly what I do, as you guys do see, but he actually ends up staying in, which is very, very crazy if you ask me. I never would have thought that he would have done this, but he's actually going to go ahead and stay in and go for the Volt Switch. Very, very shocking just to get that little bit of damage there. But here I am, I'm near back up to full health, and he goes right on into his Crocodile, of course. Unfortunately, Crocodile, without the Hail, without the Veil, it stops Azula right in her place. But fortunately enough, now that I am Mega Evolved, we're only going to be taking 25% every time we do switch in now. But here comes Scrub-a-Dub, the best swap into Crocodile that we have. He's going to go straight for the Earthquake, so I love that. Deej is going for the really straightforward plays right now, so he's going to go ahead and definitely switch out that Crocodile once again, send in that Rotom. Here I felt like I should have gone for the Hydro Pump, and because it had the potential to knock him out. In fact, it did have the potential to knock him out, however, you guys do see I miss! And it was such a unfortunate, it was such a heavy miss for me. I should have gone for the Waterium Z to guarantee the kill. That's exactly why I brought Waterium Z, but more so for the Crocodile than the Rotom Mow. But hindsight's 2020, you guys. Hindsight's 2020. I should have gone for the Waterium Z to guarantee the kill on something, and unfortunately this time it just didn't work out. But that Waterium Z does come in handy later on, as you guys will see. But I go ahead and swap into Dhelmise, as you saw there. He went ahead and predicted me a little bit. Went for the Hidden Power Ice, if I'm not mistaken. So really good prep on his part, with Davy Jones knocking him into a very, very low range here. Thinking that he would have swapped out, knowing that I could live, I thought that I could go for a safe Power Whip, thinking he would go into Crocodile or something. And Power Whip was a safe bet all around. Heavy Slam wasn't able to get the knockoff, wouldn't have done enough either. So we did what we had to do. Davy Jones now is up against this Buzzwole. I figured that even with the Beast Boost, I have something that could definitely handle this Buzzwole with Stripes, our Zebstrika. So he does get the beast boost, and we do see that he actually gets a defensive boost. So very, very shocking to see the defensive boost. I'm like, okay, if this thing's physically defensive, I can go ahead and overheat and guarantee a good hit on this thing. So we take a bit of rocks damage. I don't even think about it. I hit the overheat. We landed, baby. It's looking all nice and powerful. Look at all that power. And we see that it is actually assault vested. It's an assault vested, fully defensive Buzzwole, a perfect set to bring against me as he just goes for the Earthquake here. Now up with a +2 defense, assault vesting Buzzwole. This thing is honestly could have ruined my life. I thought I lost the game at this point, but I kept my cool. And so I send in Scrub a Dub. Being assault vested definitely was problematic for sure, but I played it safe, I played it cool, and I activated the Waterium Z. Waterium Z barely, and I mean just barely, was able to pick up the knockout, you guys. It was very, very scary for me to waste the Waterium Z on here, because I believe it might have been a roll. I think it might have just been over a roll. Like I said, it's been a couple days since I have battled DJ, so I can't remember exactly, but it was very, very close whether or not I should have gone for the Hydro Pump or just gone for the Waterium Z, but we were able to pick up the knockout, thank goodness. This Buzzwole was super scary. It could have honestly wrecked the rest of my team. It's not going to be the case. But now in comes this Togekiss now against my Scrub-a-Dub. Very interesting as well. He's going to go ahead and pull the double and try and bait me to get into his Crocodile for free, which is exactly what ended up happening, unfortunately. I should have seen it coming and gone for the Will-O-Wisp, but we do see that Volt Switch, I do go right into the Crocodile slot, so no way I can live at least any one hit. He goes for the knockout. Very weird considering that I did have the Water Z, and it actually allows me to go ahead and safely get off a Will-O-Wisp against this thing. So this thing is now crippled, which I really, really like. It allows for Azula or Mega Charizard X to go ahead and come in and set up a little bit safer with this thing, but he's going to go ahead and swap out on this on us now and go right out into Indigo. Indigo being, of course, that Suicune, finally making its show in the match with that pressure. Pressure, you guys, literally going to be the worst. I go ahead and stay in and go for the Hydro Pump, thinking I had a safe bet there to kind of knock it out. Does show the leftovers, of course. What Suicune really doesn't run leftovers. But here, I figure I'm going to go ahead and get a nice Pain Split off, considering it's at full health. Scrub-a-Dub being more defensive, I needed a way for it to regain some health, so it's really, really nice that we went ahead and actually Pain Split it, because he went for the Roar, and it brought us right out into Charizard X, which is not who I wanted it to be for. I think I still had... Actually, you know what? It was... No, that's right, I'm only down to Charizard and Rotom at this time, so I'm going to go ahead and Roost, get back up to full HP, just so I can guarantee to come in a couple more times with this Roar. Roar Stealth Rocks is a really, really nice tech for him for sure, but he goes ahead and stays in and goes for the Scald here, of course. Does a little over 25%, upwards of 30, I want to say, but he's just slowly going to go ahead and get that, slowly going to go ahead and get some health back. So I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance, hoping that he just stays in and scalds me. He might have been fearing a Thunder Punch or something like that. I don't know what he was really expecting here, but he's just going to go ahead and go for the Roar. He's getting off damage and then going to roar me right back out. So very, very interesting here. Now, at this point in the match, I had to really start thinking, because I'm down 2 Mons. He's got Crocodile and such a bulky threat, bulky threats with Togekiss and Suicune. So, with pressure as well with that Suicune, it was just very, very problematic. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I'm not going to lie. Pressure, if you guys don't know, lowers 2 PP on a Pokemon's move instead of just 1. So, when you have 8 Hydro Pumps on a Scrub-a-Dub, that can definitely handle the Crocodile, it suddenly becomes 4. So here I've already used over half of my Hydro Pumps, missing one earlier in the match, so it's very, very scary. So I decided to go for the safe Will-O-Wisp to go ahead and cancel out the leftovers, so Suicune just can start being whittled down. Volt Switch does such a wonderful damage. I'm going to go ahead and risk it all. I'm trying to go all out right now just to make sure that I can put a dent in his team and try and pull out a win here. We go ahead, Volt Switch out, take another Scald to the face. I have to go for the Roost this next turn, unfortunately, just because I can't come in on rocks again. And I'm down with Rotom taking on Suicune, Crocodile, as well as the Togekiss. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Roost here, praying that he roars me, or he scalds me so I can get 2 Roosts off in a row. I was really hoping for that Scald there. But you do see that he does go for the Scald. He's definitely going to hit it. brings me down. This is definitely the winning battle for me, as he is staying at the same health. I can slowly start roosting up more and more and more. He's slowly gaining back more health, which I really like. Or he could just swap out and try and do something here, which is what he actually decides to do here. I'm very happy with this play that he decided to do, but here is where I will say I misplayed a little bit. I do go for the roost. All in all, I should have just gone on the attack, not thinking anything. I thought this was my time to set up against this Togekiss. However, looking back on my calcs after the fact, I realized that, oh yeah, this thing has nasty plot. This thing is super offensive. I shouldn't have gone for the Dragon Dance. I should have just gone for the attack. I know I outspeed this thing. As he goes for the Dazzling Gleam, and you guys just see how much damage that Dazzling Gleam does. It's an easy two-shot even if I was at full health, and so I wanted to gauge how much damage this was doing going for the Roost. You guys see there, I'm at 30 HP right now, and he's going to go for another Dazzling Gleam, and it was a losing battle, unfortunately. Just a losing battle. So I'm gonna see. At this time, I'm just trying to stall and try and think of a plan of what I can do, but at the same time, you know, I'm just slowly losing health on Mega Charizard X. So it's like, do I go for the Flare Blitz, allow Mega Charizard X to go down, and then have Rotom take on everyone else? I mean, it's quite possible, definitely possible, but then it becomes Mind Games with Volt Switch versus Hydro Pump with that Suicune, and that's honestly the only best way I could think of beating DJ was allow Rotom Wash to come in and really handle everything. I just had to be careful with, you know, what where my moves went. So it was definitely I thought it was definitely going to come down to Mind Games here, but it's the game we play. It's the game we play. Losing both Nidoking and Ninetales so early on definitely sucked. I thought he was going to go ahead and start to play the Mind Games here and swap out into Crocodile to predict the Volt Switch, and he's just going to go for the Scald. He's straight going for damage at this point, and me playing that way is really unfortunate, because if I had predicted that correctly and just gone for the Volt Switch, I could have knocked out the Suicune, and I would have been able to live the next hit coming from the Crocodile, but because of that, he's just going to go ahead and get off 2 Scalds, which is going to be enough for his Crocodile to come and outspeed me afterwards, because he does get the burn after that, which is very unfortunate. If I would have just Volt Switched the turn prior, knocked out his Suicune, it would have been all good to go, and it would have just had to come down to a Hydro Pump landing, which I honestly think I could have done. Hydro Pump has not been the best to me this season. While Rotom Wash is a wonderful mon, having to rely on such an accuracy on and off move like that, it's very unfortunate. But Crocodile's going to go ahead and get the knockoff out, and DJ's going to win a very close 1-0 against us, putting us now, as we go into week 13, I believe we're sitting at 9-4. Yeah, 9-4. So awesome game to DJ, man. He was out for blood. I said that right as the battle ended. I messaged it. I'm like, dude, you were out for blood. You played wonderfully, super offensive. I loved it. Just from turn 1, realizing the threat that Nidoking was, and Alolan Ninetales, being able to get rid of 2 just powerhouses on my team and 2 good Techmons on my team right off the bat was just wonderful on his part. So, I mean, I'm not mad. I was on such a huge win game streak that eventually, of course, you know, I had to lose. Of course, I did want to win. It was very close. But at the end, it just came to Mind Games. You know, did I click Volt Switch? Did I click? Or do I click Hydro Pump? You know, and when it came down to it, just one call ruined it, I feel. But still good game to DJ. Next week, you guys, we're going to be facing off against Coach Matt and the Winnipeg Jellicents, so definitely stick around for that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely subscribe, as I try and post Pokemon content like this all the time. Next week, I will definitely try to make sure that we don't do post-com again. However, no guarantees, just because my schedule's getting pretty dang busy at this point. Exams and stuff coming up again, or midterms, I should say. But all in all, I'm going to try my best for you guys. But don't be disappointed if this is post-com. But I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Thumbbrother 2, and I will see you in the next video.